Hello friends, welcome back to the bench. Thank you very much for joining me. We have a laptop. You won't believe what it came here in for. A socket replacement. The customer purchased via eBay and well, clearly in the pictures there are desktop boards, not laptops. So this is kind of tricky. I don't know why it was already diagnosed with a socket issue, but my question is rather what kind of socket it is. I don't think I'm gonna, well, I'm definitely not gonna have the proper socket for this. Hang on, let me get the box. There's plenty of screws missing here, so at least we don't have to worry about the screws. Why is this cable not connected to anything? Where was it connecting? This is a fan. It wasn't connected either. This fan was, because I did turn it on, and it turns on, the keyboard lights up, the fans are spinning, but it doesn't post. And supposedly that is the CPU issue, or the CPU socket issue. So let's see if we can at least confirm that. Should it lift all the way already? Oh, it should. Perfect. And what is the socket? Oh, this is dirty. Well, dirty. It's just, thermal grease. Lots of it. Looks like Intel i5. So, most likely this is 1151 socket. They don't come like this anymore, the laptops. Ho ho ho. Whoa. Whoa. Are you kidding me? There's more paste underneath the CPU than on top of it. Okay, the CPU is in, or socket is in bad condition indeed. Now here's the issue that I have with it. See, when you the price is $75 when you send the board assembled, but by board assembled we mean the desktop motherboard. With laptops, that's kind of different, because as you can see, you have to remove a lot of stuff, disassemble the whole machine to dig the board out. So that is the issue. But let's see, the majority has already been disassembled as far as I can see, but it's always a pain to actually disassemble the board. And this one, I fear that this one might need, oh, it's a removable GPU, damn. That this one is removed on the other side, like the older laptops usually did. You have to remove the keyboard, then you have to remove the screen, then you can remove the board. So let's hope it's not the case, but so far it looks like it. That's the CMOS battery. Yeah, definitely the board is gonna come out from the other side. That's too bad. And here we have a GPU. It's the tiniest GPU. Oh, that thermal pad is gone, I think. It's very thick, maybe not. This is NVIDIA N18E G1 whatever. So, oh, I think it says it over here. No, we would have to decode the, it's probably something like 1070. Four terabytes. This one doesn't say, and this one doesn't say, but that's a lot of memory on this. Curiously, only one RAM stick. Well, one RAM stick, about 32 gigs. Not bad. It's probably the maximum that this board can handle. Alright, looks like this is broken in half. We could glue it because it's just broken in half in the weak spot. So this could be glued, but it's not a big issue. Doesn't really affect anything. Now we can see how much time and effort it takes to remove a single board like this. And we have another problem. No, it should be good. A CPU socket. Let's grab a big box and let's put all this stuff in the box. This is slightly too big. That's fine. CPU can go in here as well. So we have two boxes of parts. All this to get the board out. But it's amazing that the GPU is separate. They don't make them like that anymore. We can replace the CPU, replace the GPU. Those good old days. But on the other hand, now everything is glued or soldered on to the board, but you can just remove the back cover and you pretty much have all the access to everything. And if you need to dig out the board, it's usually 6, maybe 8 screws, few cables, and the board is out. On these older ones, you have to remove the screen. Okay, so now I need to get rid of the bracket. Okay, that should do it. And the back plate should drop. Oh, it's not dropping. It could be glued, in which case we'll see. Let's try pushing on it a little bit, but it looks like it is glued. Yeah, it's not dropping. So it's permanently fixed on this side. Which is not ideal, but not too bad. Now the problem here is, and probability of success is pretty low, unfortunately. The problem here is, look at all these connectors here. And I'm gonna have to heat it up significantly. Now, can I heat it up to 180? See, problem with that is that if I heat it up to 180 from the bottom instead of 210, yeah, the plastic is not gonna melt, but also the socket is not gonna solder on correctly. There's also not much room over here, but all I have to protect is just the memory over here and this point and this point, and the cups over here. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Shall I? Yeah, I should probably clean all this paste, thermal paste. Hi, that is unfortunate. Okay, so yeah, I did notice that the little notches are at the bottom. 1151 has them at the top. 1200 has it at the bottom. So we have to wait for the socket. I was hoping this was 1151 because I have 1151s in stock, but I do not have 1200s. I ordered yesterday, but it's gonna be like a week or probably longer than a week. That is too bad. So there's gonna be a wait. There's gonna be a wait time, but outline is pretty good. Well, maybe not ideal, but I've seen worse. Yeah, that's not gonna be easy to align. Well, we're gonna do our best, but there's just too much that can go wrong. Yeah, the notch is not outlined. There's just too much that can go wrong potentially here, right? We have memory slots over here. I mean, on this side, you know, this is where we're gonna be heating, so this is fine. We're gonna cover this and this and this and should be fine. On the other side, we are close to all those little ZIF sockets, connectors. We have memory, the big keyboard connector right next to the CPU. So this has the potential of getting deformed because of the temperature. So very unlikely to be successful, but you know, at this point you can either replace this part, right, or replace the socket. So it's worth a try, definitely, especially at this price, but we're not gonna do it today because I don't have 1200 sockets. But we're gonna do another board. Because the customer, it's also 1200 socket, but the customer sent us the socket along with the board. So that's what we're gonna do, and this one is going to have to wait probably a week, maybe couple weeks. You know, it all depends how quickly they're gonna deliver. It's coming from China, so obviously, you know, it's gonna take a little while. Which is too bad, because now I'm gonna have to deal with a disassembled laptop, not to mention that I'm gonna have to figure out how to put it back together once I replace the socket. It's a lot easier when you do it, you know, like this, and replace the socket, and then the same day you reassemble the machine. Although you don't do it on the same day because the board needs to dry. But it's easier. If you wait 2 weeks, then you quickly forget where the cables went, and it becomes a puzzle. I mean, it's solvable. It's not horribly hard, but additional time. Well, no way around it. Unfortunately, for some reason, everybody wants 1200 sockets lately. I have plenty of AM5 because that's what I thought would be the most common. But looks like it's 1200s that are most commonly ordered sockets. Alright, everything's back in the box. Now we're playing a waiting game. So I guess this video was just the prep work, but at least that gives you an idea why my listing doesn't include laptops. You see how much work there is. It only includes desktop motherboards. If it's a laptop, just make sure you mention that, and we're just you know, quote appropriately. Alrighty, thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate you, and I shall see you in the next one.